কেমন আছো প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থীরা? আশা করছি তোমরা সবাই ভালো আছো। তো আজকে আমি একটি ক্লাস প্রেজেন্টেশন দিব। ক্লাস 8 ফিগার অফ স্পিচ এক্সপিরিয়েন্স 1 বিউটি ইন ফ্যাক্টরি। তো লেটস গো। ওয়েলকাম এভরিবডি। তো আই এম সেলিম রেজা, অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট টিচার ইন ইংলিশ, লেবুতলা হাই স্কুল, যশোর সদর, যশোর। So today's lessons figure of speech experience 1 beauty in poetry class 8 English book. After finishing the lesson, the students will be able to identify different types of figure of speeches, use proper figure of speech in the poetry. So what is a figure of speech? A figure of speech is an expression used to make a greater effect on your readers or listener. It includes making comparisons, contrast, assertions, exaggerations, and construction. It also gives a much clear picture of what you are trying to convey. What is figure of speech? A figure of speech, according to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, is defined as a word or phrase used in a different way from its usual meaning in order to create a particular mental picture or effect. The Cambridge Dictionary defines a figure of speech as an expression that uses words to mean something different from their ordinary meaning. What is a figure of speech? According to Collins Dictionary, a figure of speech is an expression or words that is used with a metaphorical rather than a literal meaning. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines a figure of speech as a form of expression such as simile or metaphor used to convey meaning or heighten effect, one often by comparing or identifying the one thing with other that has a meaning or connection familiar to the reader or listener. Type of figure of speech. There are around 20 type of figure of speech in English literature, such as alliteration, antithesis, apostrophe. The alliteration is the repeating or constant sounds right next to each other, which creates a metaphorical or melodic effect. Example: she sells by the seashore. Aesthesis is a literary technique that places opposite things or ideas next to one another in order to draw out their constant. Example: it was the best times, it was the worst of times. Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. Apostrophe as a figure of speech is when a character addresses someone or something that isn't present or cannot respond. The character might speak to someone, discerns an imminent objects or a concept. Example: oh Romeo, Romeo, well for art thou Romeo. William Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. Type of figure of speech. uh, Circumlocution is the use of purpose wordy description. You can think of it as talking in circles. Example: in Harry Potter series, most characters don't say Lord Voldemort's name. Instead, they use the circumlocution he, oh, who must not be